Hey everybody, welcome to Goots' Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Ray Goots, and me and Kyle Lewis, we've sold out. It's sold out 99. The NWO is over. It's over. WCW is in full control until the end of the show where they're not in control. The NWO storyline just keeps going. It's a new year. It's a 1999 Goots anniversary. How you feeling?
Sold out like character select comedy tomorrow. Don't try and buy tickets. Please do. No, I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. When I saw this show, so true story. The day after the show was Martin Luther King, so there was no school, right?
Nice.
And my friend gave me. I went to my friend's house in the morning. He gave me the tape. I went home and watched it. And I remember being very, very, very annoyed that the first match was Benoit and Mike Enos. A lot of these
Mm-hmm.
matches annoyed me back then because it reflected nothing of what was actually happening on TV. Of course, I got these VHS tapes for free, but I was like shocked that they were charging money for half this shit.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, years later, a lot of these matches that really, if you watch the TV, it makes no sense. I mean, it's the equivalent of SummerSlam starting with Johnny Gargano versus Brooks Jensen, the Benoit Mike Enos match.
It's like a universe mode, yeah.
It's like okay, but now that years have passed, it's like oh, some of these matches were really good in a void, and you still that's the crazy thing. We're in what is known as the year where they make a complete collapse, 1999, and there's still talent in there that could help you turn it around. And there's people that could fucking work when you give them time. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that at the end of the day, everything still goes to the NWO, and that should have been a wrap in the summer of '98. That should have been a wrap at Halloween Havoc '98, and it's still going. And it doesn't. This version, I mean, none of them have a payoff. None of them have a proper ending. This version really though doesn't have a proper ending. And I think that's a mistake. Like this just kind of by April, this NWO is just already like phased out.
Yeah, it's they tease you with the fact that the NWO is gone, but they're not really gone. They're black and red are together. And it just runs its course. And you could have done another reunion. Say they didn't do an NWO thing for a while, and then they did it in like NWO 2000 or something like the same time that they
And
did it
but
the
that
last
didn't
time.
happen a year later. The NWO
Yeah.
2000 forms, and then
No,
they
I know
just
that. I know that. But I mean, it's the fact they did it so many times. If they ended it a little earlier, it might have been better received if there was a then NWO reunion number 2000. But yeah, I think it's just it started to hurt them. It wasn't building to anything. I think they were scared to let go of the NWO because WWE was doing so well. So they needed to do something. But this wasn't it. And as we know, it does not work out for them.
no, but and that's the thing. It's like in a void, if you don't have the I'm annoyed by this place in January '99 vibe on you, if you don't have the wow they're screwed, the giant is jumping, which was like their young guy.
Hmm.
Um, you just watch the show and avoid. Some of these matches are pretty good, but like again, yeah, if Johnny, like I said, if Johnny Gargano takes on Brooks Jensen or Tony DiNapoli or whatever the fuck his name is at SummerSlam, yeah,
D'Angelo.
20 like, oh, it's a pretty good match. But if they just put that on SummerSlam, people are gonna be like, what the fuck is this doing here? And why would I
Yeah,
care? Priest is not gonna give a shit.
they'd be furious. I mean, the crowd barely gives a shit about Ray Phoenix, and Ray
Yeah,
Phoenix is regularly featured on the show. A lot of
yeah.
people, and I mean, I'm sure we'll get to some kind of things with some type of talk about it. The fans don't even know who to cheer. They have a six-man tag match coming up for SummerSlam, and it's LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys, who I think are the baby faces, against the Usos and Jacob Fatu, who I also think are the baby faces, but just a little meaner. Like Solo Sikoa is doing more face mannerisms. He's kind of doing his funny faces, tricking people and doing all that. And the crowd was on there sitting on their hands because they don't know who to cheer for because you've run this bloodline thing into the ground. Royce Keys gets no reaction, zero squat. Like, I don't know, man. Just make it make sense. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, I mean, I think both companies are in like lousy positions right now. SummerSlam, I'm not that excited for. The again, just I feel like just not moving on from Roman and Brock has done more to hurt the show. Even Austin Theory at this point has done more to hurt the show than help it.
I mean, to
Um,
their credit, people are into the Brock thing. They're still into it.
I, okay, but not just doesn't do anything for me. And I don't know. Just and then Kenny Omega. Millions of things are said about people in AEW all day long. He got mad about the Charlie Kirk thing, which indicates where his real priority lies. I mean, we
I
know a lot.
didn't. I don't know. I'm not touching. I don't think from everything that I've seen of Kenny Omega, and I could be wrong, I don't think he was pro Charlie Kirk at all. I think he just thought that was a line. Sometimes you get that
I think
message
both.
on the worst day. Like, you're not, and you've been on Threads or Blue Sky, you just get a message the worst minute, like 4:05, you got the message, fine. You got the message at 4:07, just the wrong time to get it. And I think that's what happened, and he went off.
Um, I also kind of think like just because you're liberal, I think liberals think that like if you're a liberal, you have to like cheer when a conservative gets shot, and I think like Kenny Omega is the type of liberal that doesn't like it when people just get shot in the fucking throat and die in front of us. Like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it shouldn't
No,
be.
it was, I mean, I missed all of it. I heard about it. I didn't see the video. I've never seen the video. I'm not trying to see the video. Um, look, I don't like, I barely knew the guy. I don't like the guy. I don't want to. I don't like cheering that stuff personally. I'm not gonna stop you from cheering it because he wasn't that great of a person. If that's the way you feel like doing it, I don't care personally. But I know I'm not going. I'm not. That's not something that I do. That's all I
uh,
gotta say. And other people, it's either you are cheering or you're not, or you hate or you hate everybody. That's just how some liberals are. Which okay.
yeah, well, what are you gonna do? But let's get into
I mean,
19.
Twitter called it the tasteless neck injury tweet. The
Twitter.
Twitter AI.
No, I will say I didn't watch the CM Punk Stephanie interview yet. I was too busy listening to one of the worst interviews I've ever had in my life. One of the worst, Gunther and Undertaker. And Gunther got Undertaker to admit that when he was training, he only wanted to go to WCW. He did not want to go to WWF because Gunther said, I had no interest in WWF. I just wanted to do real graps on the indies. And then Michelle McCool derails the whole conversation to talk about her stupid fucking kid. That's all she ever
I
does.
mean, don't
That's,
let's leave the kid out of it.
okay, her stupid kid. That's all she ever does. Her kid. But dude, bro,
Yes.
like Undertaker could get Undertaker could get like Will Ospreay on the show. Will Ospreay would be like, bro, I wrestled on Epstein Island. I have video footage. I have video footage of Bill Clinton and Donald Trump in the room with Jeffrey Epstein, bro. They saw me wrestle, bro. Also, I gotta tell you a major secret about Tony Khan, bro. And Michelle McCool will be like, speaking of secrets, my daughter lied about her grade in school the other day, and I can't believe it. I can't believe she would lie to us. And then that's when the conversation has to go. And literally, Undertaker will just drop whatever huge thing the wrestlers he was about to say. Bruv, I know for a fact that Tony Khan is going to sell AEW to Vince McMahon. Speaking of selling, my daughter's selling Girl Scout cookies. That's every fucking
Oh
Undertaker
my
part,
God.
and, and,
There's a
and it's
there's a
stopped, and it's never
there's
brought
a
up again.
there's a comedian who's talked about. He made a joke about this. It was like anytime the Undertaker was about to say something, and then he just he makes a bunch of different lines. I wish I could remember his name right now. And the one that always makes me laugh is Benoit called me right before he did it. But then it cuts to Michelle McCool, and it's like, oh, who cares? Let's talk about apple picking. And that
Yeah,
apparently that's how the podcast is.
that's the
Yeah,
podcast, and it's like, dude, like she just like Undertaker. I never Undertaker admitted he just wanted to wrestle in WCW when he started. I've never heard him admit that. And
yeah.
to hear him admit that and Gunther talking about New Japan, and I could just tell she doesn't even know what any of this shit is. She just was like, my daughter, corner. Shut up.
No, man.
But bro,
No, it's just funny.
bro,
I
Undertaker.
mean,
Supposed
the
to bring
thing
your
that the thing about Will, I mean, people, he compared his feud to Kenny Omega. That the next match is the real life Goku versus Vegeta, and that pissed a lot of people off. Which there, I guess it's not against anime fans. I guess these new age wrestling fans and new age anime fans that don't like each other. Because in the 2000s, everyone who liked Dragon Ball Z liked WWF Raw. Most people.
Mhm.
Here, I guess it's not the same. I don't know what it
I
is.
I don't I
The
don't
same fucking kind of thing.
I don't
The
see
same.
I don't see the big deal. These guys have been corny like that. I don't know. It's just like a lot of this AEW stuff has been happening for years. No one had a problem with it. Now they have a problem with it, and I'm like, I don't know.
I think people just pick something. It's when they pick something and then they get mad about it for the week. Like I saw, like I guess in TNA, Thea Hale is in the tournament, the cruiserweight tournament, not cruiserweight, knockouts television tournament, and she won. And people saw her finisher for the first time, which is like a coffin drop, pretty much, just off like the springboard coffin drop off the like second rope. And people are like, what kind of finisher is that? And it's like, what are you talking about? She's been doing this for like 6 months. And when someone calls them out on it, they're like, well, it's not my problem. Like, yo, you're not fucking watching the show. Now you're trying to get on the finisher. Like, watch the show at least. If you're gonna get mad about it, don't clip it and then clip farm for your fucking self if you don't know what's going on. Like, it's fucking stupid. Also, it's not a big deal. She does the same move that the guy you like does, Darby Allin, not you, but the guy that the people like just does it off the second springboard rope. And well, I don't think Darby Allin's hurts either, but I guess if anybody comes landing on you, it's gonna hurt. I don't want to experience it from either one of them. It hurt Blake
Yeah,
Monroe that one time, so I guess Thea Hale is stronger than everyone thinks. But I don't
like
understand.
when the other person just in purgatory. Like, there's so many new people that are in purgatory in WWE.
They do these things that just drive me so crazy because they'll put the Blake Monroe attack online, and I was like, how's she gonna get over on the show? We know who she is online. And I hate talking about getting over, like you're a smart fan, IWC fan. But how are people going to invest in her? The people who are not chronically online, how are people going to invest in her if she's not on the show? If you keep putting these things on the internet, maybe you're just doing it for the clicks and money, and maybe that's just what the business is. But like, it's not helping anybody. How do you not have room for Jordan Grace right now? Like, you can't find anything for her. So that was another report this week. There's so much bloodline. Like I look like you can't find room for these people. I don't know. I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
exhausting to watch on a weekly basis, which is why most people don't watch on a weekly basis anymore.
yeah, no, it's you brought these people up, you hire them, and then you don't do anything with them. And then
Yeah, I mean, it's still pissing me off. And we'll see them maybe next week or in 2 weeks in AEW, I assume. The Motor City Machine Guns is one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and they were still operating to that level in the WWE in their 40s, and you do nothing with them. You bring them up as faces, which is already typecast. I mean, I guess because you don't want, they were gonna get the pop anyway. You don't keep them on TV consistently. You give them the worst theme music I've ever heard. Second worst, Fraxium is god awful. And then you don't use them for like a full year for the most part. And then you let them go. And now you're looking for tag teams. And when you had the New Day, you had the Gorillas of Destiny, you had the Motor City Machine Guns, you had Fraxium, Street Profits, even part Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis. You had teams and talent, and you just let these people go and now we're stuck with
you
fucking
don't have a good
Bloodline.
plan of who to put in their place.
What
You know,
happened?
and you don't have a good plan of who to put in their place.
Yeah, they don't have a good plan. Look, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Maybe, I don't know, get Triple H a protein shake and he'll tell you why he does what he does, or TKO, why they do what they do, besides the quick answer of money. But I don't
What we do is what we do.
exactly. It's just frustrating stuff. I also do want to clarify, just in case someone wants to pull this. I do not like Charlie Kirk. I do not. I'm not a fan, not even a little bit. Again, I just don't really
Oh,
like to celebrate death.
yeah.
It's just not something that I like to do.
Charlie Kirk was always right. So
Nope, I said not agreeing with that. But I'm just saying I don't like to celebrate. I don't like to celebrate death. Even Hulk Hogan, who I was not a fan of, I did not celebrate his death. I was just like, oh, that sucks, and I moved on.
brother, please. All right. All
Who will
right.
be
So
seeing right now, the Hulkster. But,
yeah, Hulkster's on this show.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
He got his full payment for this book. Okay. So it
yeah,
starts with
yeah, he did.
yeah.
Good for him. It's like a comic that shows up and doesn't even do time, but he shows up in
Bro,
the building.
I'm gonna beat up Ric Flair's son, dude. Okay. The show starts. We're back January '99. It's Martin Luther King Day. Well, it's the day before
Yeah,
Martin Luther King Day.
still
Um,
yeah.
Ric Flair celebrating the day by announcing that he is in charge of WCW. He is the president. The NWO is no longer a factor. He is in control. WCW is back. It was a big thing. It's back in charge. It's all bullshit. But while it's going on, there keeps being static as if the NWO is breaking through to the into the feed. But yeah, Ric Flair, WCW back in charge of Sold Out. What'd you think?
Sure. Yeah, I know they have Ric Flair doing this. But the NWO is looming, which should be a cooler thing, but it just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the NWO really went away, like once Ric Flair took over, you didn't see them for like the month. You didn't see them, you didn't hear from them. There was no Scott Hall on TV, none of that. Or Scott Hall was like the lone one doing whatever he had to do against Goldberg. And then you're seeing like the static break in and stuff like that. Maybe I would be like, oh, I like that a little more because they're hinting at them coming back. But it was
Yeah,
almost immediate. It's like when CM Punk left in 2011 and then like came back 2 weeks later. You're like, okay,
yeah. No, it's not happening. All right, so the first match, very weird, especially now. It is Chris Benoit versus Mean Mike Enos. Let me tell you something about Mike Enos. Was barely on Nitro, was barely on Thunder. Former Beverly brother. You almost
hmm
forget that he's in the company until you order this $30 pay-per-view and Benoit comes out and wrestles him. I was livid in 1999. This fucking guy was out. I'm like, I still want them to turn it around. And you're not going to do it by charging people $30 in 1999 to watch Mean Mike Enos versus Chris Benoit. But now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you can excuse a child murderer and a Beverly brother, if you can accept that you're what, it's actually not a bad match. This is Mean Mike Enos at his most Mean Mike Enos. He's busting his ass. He's trying to prove a point. Benoit wins. It's actually a pretty good match. It's actually pretty good. I think it's his best match ever. For the mean one, Mike Enos.
I
I think
mean, it's not a.
he was trying to prove a point that went nowhere and will never go anywhere because no one's ever going to watch this match besides me and you. Because who wants to sit and watch Chris Benoit matches, let alone Chris Benoit matches with me and Mike Enos? Chris Benoit wins. Look, right now we're doing a thing where it's a war between the Horsemen and Benoit. Why couldn't Benoit just have this match with Scott Norton, maybe or Brian Adams? It might not have been as good, but I think as a viewer in
Scott
'99,
Norton would be pretty good.
yeah, I'm going to accept it more than this. And you give WCW side a little shine in the war because they don't have any shine moving forward. And I almost have a feeling that was the plan, and nobody wanted the job to him, so they just fucking shoved Mike Enos out there. It's a good match in a void. If you can just deny what happens in the world, if you can just deny what's going on in '99 WCW in a void, this is a good match. But there's a lot of things you have to like ignore to enjoy this match. What do you think?
I think there are better uses of your time. I think even though it's not a bad, there are other matches that you could watch. You don't have to choose this one. I'm looking up not Mike, Scott Norton right now. He may have been in Japan,
Mm,
so he might have been in. He at least lost the title to the Great Muta on. I guess this is it's not Wrestle Kingdom yet, but it's Wrestling Tokyo Dome something. Um, So he's around, but he's not like I don't know if he was there. So, but that would have been a better match. That would have been a much better match if he fought Chris Benoit. But this is definitely a Saturday night ass match. Did not need to be on the show. I know they wanted to put Benoit on the show, and that's the only real reason to do it. And okay, like I know WWE puts these up. If they cut this match, I would not have been upset. If the show started with Norman Smiley versus Chavo Guerrero, I would not have been upset. They don't. They're not putting it up. That's why it's not on YouTube because Benoit's in it. But if they cut Benoit from this, I would not have missed anything.
Yeah, but they didn't cut it out. It's here.
Nope, it's there. You can watch me and Mikey. Beverly Brothers, by the way, underrated theme song. One of the best theme songs of
Oh
the
yeah.
90s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? Maybe it's time to watch some more Mike Enos because this wasn't that bad. All right, here we go.
Eh, maybe he'll
Up
show up
next,
again.
another feud that this actually got TV time. Nobody cared, and I gotta admit, in the time they got a little bit too much time. Norman Smiley, his reign of terror continues. It's Norman Smiley versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. Again, both guys go on to have great post in ring careers in the business. They're feuding over Pepe. Norman Smiley has murdered Pepe.
Sure.
Uh, it's a pretty good match, but it goes a little bit too long, I think. But Norman Smiley wins when he throws Pepe dust in Chavo's eyes and puts him in the chicken wing. It's okay, but again, like it's just like who cares? What do you think?
Nah, he was there. Everyone, I mean, they're starting to get over. People cared about Pepe, and people cared about the Big Wiggle because he denied the Wiggle a few times, and people just wanted to see the Wiggle. So when he did the Wiggle, it got a big pop, and when he did it again, it got a big pop. So he was starting to get over. I'll give him that. But I agree. I think if they had a little less time, it would have been fine. Two solid wrestlers, but just didn't really care.
Yeah. So
Is
now we
this
go
the
the
Mayhem? Did you ever play WCW Mayhem, the game?
yeah.
Remember we call 98 the Revenge roster? Is this the Mayhem roster we're gonna be calling this one now in
It's
99?
more like April of '99, but yeah, this is
Okay.
the Mayhem roster is like no because it's this NWO, it's Disco Inferno's in the Wolfpack,
Yeah.
so it is around yeah. This is like the Mayhem roster, yeah.
We're in the Mayhem roster era.
That game was
Bobby
so
Eaton in the game. That game, I was so disappointed. EA Sports got the license, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because I love
and
the
you
NBA games,
great.
and NHL games. And I didn't even play hockey. We used to edit the game and put wrestlers in as creative wrestlers and play them as the hockey players. But the games were fun, so I was like, "They're gonna do a good job with these," and they did not even a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Okay, up
Game
next
sucks.
we're in their internet location. Conan tells Mark Madden that he's gonna find out who kicked him out of the NWO. It's probably Hogan. Conan is just doing his interview, whatever. I mean, I don't know. He's like the only guy from the Wolfpack that didn't make the jump over, but I don't know why. Do you want to go back in the Wolfpack? I mean, I don't understand, but it is what it is. What do you think? This little promo.
Nah, it was fine. I guess they're trying to give Conan something. He's still popular, so trying to give him something to do. But I don't really think it was just there. A lot of this
Speaking
show was just there.
speaking of just trying to give them something to do.
Chris
Speaking of
Jericho's a
that.
hidden character in this game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's definitely this time period that roster.
Mm.
Fit Finley versus Van Hammer. Bro, they have been trying with Van Hammer
I
since
don't want to blow
19
into the mic, but my God, yeah.
they have been trying with this fucking guy since 1993. I think he makes it to the end of the company.
It
Um,
was-
it's just again, this is another match that has no reflection on what's going on the TV. It's just Van Hammer was not on the TV, and you're just throwing this match out, and you charge people money. This match, nothing happens. Finley wins. It's like nothing against Finley, but like the reason why Finley took so long to get over, I would argue he's not over until WWF in 2006, is because he literally would come out and have these matches that mean nothing, and his offense isn't like it's good. I mean, he's a great producer and everything, but it's like Finley versus Van Hammer for even 6 minutes is like the kiss of death for a fucking show. And what are you doing? What do you think?
I think it was a complete waste of time, personally. And no disrespect to Finley. It seems like all disrespect to Van Hammer, RIP. I don't mean to. But what was the point? What was the point of this? Again, it's like a WCW Saturday night match. Like I don't want this. Was everybody sick? Like was everyone in Japan? Like what happened? I don't know how you have a show, your first show of the year, by the way, and you have these matches with people that you don't care about. We have an incredible roster. I know Eddie Guerrero was injured, but like there had to be somebody else.
Well, I mean, I think I can tell you what
Maybe the NWO didn't want to work.
I think that, and I think that they don't care. I think ultimately, um, Eric Bischoff doesn't care. He's checked out already. He doesn't give a shit.
Hmm.
I think a lot of these people don't care. I think a lot of people use WCW as an eternal paycheck. The laziness comes when you watch some of these old pay-per-views from WCW, and you see like fucking, I don't know, like Arn Anderson and Van Hammer, I don't know, or Terry Taylor versus like Robert Gibson go on for like 25 minutes. It's
Hmm.
like they literally at the last second looked at the format and they're like, you two go out and kill for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's how they did it. Like they just don't care. They thought this place wasn't going to go anywhere. And I mean, it's just that's the thing. It's like all the people in charge are like, yeah, whatever, just do it. And it's like you don't care, but you think, and sad to say, if WCW lasted another 10, 20 years, I probably still would have been buying the pay-per-views. Um, you think everyone's like me, and it turned out there's only one Goose. You know?
No, I mean they definitely had their supporters. You had a lot still. People still
But I mean,
liked
I
what they
really think
liked.
they just had this laziness that wrestling fans
Oh
like.
yeah.
We don't have to try,
Yeah.
and you know,
No, I think it's one of those things. I mean, the WWE should take heed. They won't, but they should take heed. Eventually, people are going to get tired of what's going on. I guess they're doing fine. Fanatics Fest right now is doing wonderful, and people are eating it up. But eventually, your product and AEW, it can be the same warning. TNA, any company, if you're not trying or you're not trying hard, eventually people are going to check out.
yeah,
And like I fell asleep during every show this week. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, not NXT, I mean not SmackDown, Raw, NXT, AEW, like every show I was like I'm so fucking tired because it just wasn't grabbing me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. But it just wasn't grabbing me. And I think I just need to just do better. And that's it. Just I hate saying that phrase, but just do better.
do better. I think
Yes.
because you're pretty bad. All right,
Yeah.
moving next. Moving on next. It is Wrath versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam's. I don't know what happened to Bam Bam. He was killing it in ECW, and now he's just mailing it in. Wrath again. It's like you had something special with him, and now he's just doing nothing. Bigelow wins with Green Smash Park. I know you're building up Bam Bam for Goldberg, but rough, not good, not good. Another one that's not good. What do you think?
Yeah, it sucks for Raph, who they seem to have given up on. After months of like a Goldberg like push, they seem to have given up on Raph. I don't know why. Second time this happened to him. Adam Bomb was supposed to get a big push, and that didn't happen. That didn't work out. He didn't even get in the game. He was supposed to be in WrestleMania the arcade game. He wasn't even in it, but he was made, but he wasn't in it. I don't know why they give up on Raph. I don't know what the deal is. He's a big guy, tough guy. Still looks good to this day, but they just didn't see anything in him. And Bam Bam, I guess, is the case of Paul Heyman with the accentuate the positives, hide the negatives. WCW, any negatives he has is on full force. So you're not seeing the Bam Bam as confident or as strong as he did in ECW.
Yeah, it's just I just again, it's just like you know what it is with this company? They act like they're a company that is so far ahead of WWE that they can just put on bullshit and coast. And
Hmm.
you are so far behind. You are so far behind, and you're so close to being canceled that you don't. It's just mind-boggling. Like we'll get to Russo. I do think every bad idea Russo had, he's trying. He's not like, fuck it, we'll just put on fucking DDP versus Stevie Ray for 30 minutes today. And
Yeah.
then I only have to worry about 90 minutes of show. No, I think he actually is like, bro, I really think if Shane Douglas takes Viagra, he's going to be the next Rock. It's a stupid idea, but he's at least trying. He's at least like, I'm
He's very
trying.
passionate about his ideas. If you've seen Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes. And here it's just like, there's just this arrogant laziness about a lot of the show. Arrogant. Arrogance.
There's
Uh,
arrogance. There's some people with creative control, to my knowledge, people who just don't want to work, based again on what I've heard. So you could have, just hypothetically, Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio, but if Nash doesn't want to work that day, you ain't having that match. You know what I mean? And that just ends up hurting the show in the long run.
oh boy. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Conan versus Legs Luger. Conan comes out and says that he wants Luger to bow down, toss my style, and peel my potatoes. This is his 99 catchphrase. You know,
Oh
he
yeah.
didn't he didn't do this stuff back in the day. 99 catchphrase. Um,
Had to switch it up from body body rowdy rowdy.
peel my potatoes. Luger comes out 2 years ago. Two, 2 years ago, Luger was the hottest babyface in the company. He was like their John Cena. And now he means nothing. He means nothing. And he comes out and he does have a funny line. You want to speak on that? Like that's funny. Like he does that. Like they go. Luger wins. Luger is now basically a henchman for Hulk Hogan.
Hmm.
That's what it's become. It is the equivalent of Cena becoming like a henchman for the Shield. It's it's wild. And people want to have this talk about Luger like he was never any good. We've watched the shows now, me and you. We've seen the reaction he got in '98. We've seen the reaction he got in '97. You had something with this guy. I don't give a shit. He's a dick. A lot of people are dicks. All right, in this business. And now he means nothing. He's never going to mean anything ever again. And the match is okay. Um, but also, I remember back in '99 being, I think Conan should win this. He's the hot new guy.
Yeah.
And Luger, it just everyone stays in purgatory. Everyone stays down. Luger is now a fucking henchman for Hulk Hogan. It's really depressing because it's just depressing. Now that you've seen the shows, it's depressing that that's what this has become.
No, I agree. I think you had a guy like Lex Luger who was on top of the world at one point, even if it was briefly, and he's nothing. He's just there. And it happened to a lot of people. And I do think Conan should have won that match because you're trying to push Conan. I guess the NWO needed to get like some type of win tonight. I guess so. But it just, I don't know. I feel like everyone's being wasted. Miss Elizabeth got a big pop. That was nice for
Yeah, that's right.
her.
She and she yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
no one knew if it was spray paint or if it was something else in his eyes. But yeah, it's a fall from grace from Lex Luger, a fall that he never recovers from as a wrestler.
Yeah, and he should be arrested. The cops should arrest
I mean,
him.
he was arrested. They did arrest him. That's I don't know what else you want from him. I think life sort of given him a pretty tough deal,
All right, up
which
next,
he's
Ruth.
recovering from, which is great.
What happened?
No, I said I think life has already given him a pretty tough deal, but he's recovering still, which is great.
Yes. All right. So here we go. It's Perry Saturn versus Chris Jericho. Uh,
Oh.
and this match is pretty good. There was already rumors that Jericho was done, even back here.
Hmm.
Like it was already the thing that Jericho was done. Jericho won. Saturn puts on the dress, but he's happy to wear the dress. The match is pretty good. These guys go really back and forth. So again, it got interesting. However, I think at the time I already knew that he was on his way out, so I wasn't
Okay.
invested. I don't know. How did you feel about this?
I didn't know. Chris Jericho is probably one of my favorite surprises in pro wrestling because I didn't know he left, and I didn't know he was the Millennial Man. It was just something that 'cause I remember my computer went down, and I used to be all on the website Sushi X and all the newsletters and stuff, and computer went down, could not really get it fixed. So I had no idea Chris Jericho was leaving, and then I had no idea he was showing up. So he was just one day not on WCW TV, and I didn't question it because people came and went all the time. So to see Chris Jericho in August, it was huge. So I was still like on board with Jericho here, like, oh, cool, he's gonna rise up and do more, and obviously he did in a different company.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, I mean, and this is like his final, his little goodbye, like trilogy. He wrestles Saturn the next two pay-per-views as well. Um, but I mean, like, yeah, this is good. Again, these are two guys you could build a company around. You're just not doing anything with them. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, no, they should have been the next big things. Even in a match where Saturn has to wear the dress, Saturn's not afraid to look stupid. That's what we've seen in the WWE too, with the "You're welcome" and all that other stuff, and Moppy, which we'll see in a couple years. But this was the time, especially if WCW, if the NWO is quote out end quote, which we know they're not. But if that's the thing you're trying to play, this is when you build up the new breed. And if you built up the new breed of a Jericho, Saturn, Raven, Malenko, Benoit to like real levels, you could have had something. But as we know,
yeah, and there's still time here to turn things around. And what better way than the next match? The next match is a fatal four way. It's Billy Kidman versus Juventud versus Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio. It's
yeah.
really fun, really good, and these guys are continuing the streak of having great cruiserweight matches on the pay per view. Kidman wins with a shooting star press. I really enjoyed this match. It was great. It was great. What did you think?
No, you can't go wrong with those four. You can't go wrong with those four. I probably really wanted Psychosis to win as a kid. He gets his day on a random Nitro one day. It's not this one, but no, awesome match. Like I said, you can't get wrong. Rey Mysterio's got that music, that dun, 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 dun. He's got that music now. Big year for Rey Mysterio this year. We're gonna see a lot happen with him. But I loved it. That's probably the best match of the night.
Yeah, no, that was it was really good. Yeah, it was the best match of the night. Now, yes, it
Mm,
was 100%. These four guys are killing it, and they'll be rewarded by Rey Mysterio will be unmasked and
mm.
lose half his moveset, and everyone else will go into purgatory. So, you know,
There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Psychosis also loses his mask. To Kidman, maybe later in the year.
yeah, it's something. It's something how all this happens. All right, here we go.
I think he
Kurt,
loses it twice. I think he loses it in Mexico and America. Psychosis.
well, well, you gotta love it. All right, here we go. Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham versus Ric Flair, David Flair. This is David Flair's first match. It's on pay per view.
Mm.
With his father, the greatest of all time. David Flair. David Flair should be a Dark Side of the Ring episode. Um,
I
he
mean,
he just gets thrown into it. He gets thrown into it, man. Not a lot of people get thrown into it. Yeah, David's not good. He's not good at all. And they
I mean,
kind
how
of
could he be?
what?
I mean, how could he be? He
I
just
know.
started.
They kind of play up it. I remember being like, why would you do this? This is a horrible idea. Why would you do this? But the closing angle, I'll tell you what, man, people I went to school with like this closing angle. Um, the NWO runs out and beats the shit out of David Flair, and they make Ric Flair watch. And at the time, this seemed like an angle so over the top evil that it was going to have Ric Flair finally assemble the Avengers,
Mhm.
finally assemble the WCW Avengers, and go after the NWO. And no, that's not what happens at all. You'll see what. But I remember everyone being like, "Okay, this angle went so far. This is going to be where WCW is like, nope. Now it's time to unite." And I think it would have been
Yeah.
great on Nitro. Flair came out and DDP and Goldberg. and Rick Steiner. I don't know if he was around, but like all of these people basically like I need more than four horsemen. I need horsemen. I need a real unit and
Yeah.
war and like this is what I picture the next time on Nitro. Flair in the ring with all these WCW guys, the NWO in the aisle, and then they just collide. And new
Like the
WCW
X-Men.
and Flair is like, it's over. Like it is over. You guys are and even like like you've gone too far, Hogan. Like it's over. And they no, they don't really do that. They don't really do that. Why
No,
does
they
it
don't.
these guys?
Why is it what?
Why does the player just so Eric Bischoff
Oh,
in
why
this
doesn't he fire them? Yeah. He does
Eric
make a reference about going to WWF. He's just like, I'll fire you and fire your ass and you can go to WWF, he says at some point.
why is he just like okay, so these guys are ruining the company. Eric Bischoff has no more power. Um, they beat the shit out of your son. Just like you can even suspend them. You can suspend them at the very least. Like just do something. Instead, they're just out the next night. It's like what why are they still on the show? Do they have
Well,
WCW contracts? Why are they still on the fucking show that they're doing all this insane shit? And like
I mean, why is Stone Cold Steve Austin on the show? It's just kind of one of those.
Austin made him a lot of money and the merch, so he didn't want to lose the merch money. He did say that on TV.
Try the same for the NWO.
But then say it. Then say, but like what? But then, the storyline's logic. How could WCW get the NWO merch money? Because it's a separate company. So Flair wouldn't get that money. Austin didn't have. Austin wasn't his own company. Austin was through him.
No. Oh, Hogan, when they signed original, at least when Hogan signed an original contract, he didn't have an NWO contract. He has a WCW contract. So the rest of them, I don't know.
Maybe they get a cut of Hogan's merch. I don't know, but
Maybe
like
it has to be.
Vince McMahon says, I'm not going to fire Austin because I make a lot of money on his merch. I just don't want him. I want him to be a jobber. Basically, it's like I'm going to beat him down to be a jobber, and you'll still buy his figures.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
would if that plan succeeds and he becomes Val Venus, no one's going to buy Austin 316 shirts. But what do I know?
I guess he was gonna ride it out until nobody wanted to buy him anymore.
I guess. I guess. But yeah, that's why he didn't fire him.
But yeah, brutal beatdown for what's his name? David Flair
Yeah, yeah. So which
and his JB. It was fine, you know. It was obviously you're not getting much from David Flair, but it was an angle that people cared about. He was in the ring with people. It's hard to fail with Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham and Ric Flair in there. Arn Anderson on the back, out in the back. So like he was set up for success. Did make the NWO look vicious, but yeah, which again with the benefit of hindsight, you know what how David Flair's kind of career turns out. His heart just does not seem in it, even back then. Even when he's doing the WTW.com promo in the back, heart doesn't seem in it. So it's just kind of a waste.
yeah, it's
I like
it's
him
a
with Crowbar.
hey brings in Crowbar and Daphne, so that's good.
Oh yeah. Love
Oh wow,
Crowbar.
Crowbar looks great on TNA. Look at that outfit they got her on. Mhm.
Who?
Milla Moore.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was crazy. Someone called her she called herself Tracy Keebler, I guess. Like she's like Tracy Brooks and Stacy Keebler.
Yeah, she
But no, they picked a good one there in that outfit. It's no certain things just always work. Maybe for millennials and Gen Xers, but the secretary look with the glasses and the heels and the blazer, it's always gonna be like yes. Not to get misogynistic, but I think it's something that fits us more than it fits the Gen Z crowd. I don't know. I don't know what Gen Z is into, but I know I love the way when Miss Hancock would come out.
it was a good day when she would
It
come out.
was a good day when Miss Hancock came out.
Remember, I said in March of 2000 they should just give Miss Hancock the belt and fucking.
I would I would not have been surprised if they did it. Just comes out, strips, wins the fucking title.
I said they should just base the company around her. This is in 2000. I'm like, just base the company around Miss Hancock.
She was the reason people were watching. I was watching.
What else? What you have nothing else. Just fucking. Oh,
Sorry, Vampiro.
poster of her in my wall. It was great.
Mm.
No shame.
Uh, there's nothing wrong with the poster. I'm not gonna ask what happened with the poster, but you
Oh, I
got
had to be when it got to taken it. That's all that
you
happened.
you broke up. I don't know what.
Oh, I had to. We had to repaint the room, so we got taken.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I'll
happened.
go with that. All right.
It's over for Miss Hancock. Now
Yeah,
I should
she's
have
out there. She got a kid. She's doing influencer like health stuff.
yeah,
Stacy
she's
Keebler. Yes. Still out here.
doing great. All right, but here's who's not doing great. It's Goldberg versus Scott Hall. I Mandela affected that Goldberg had a dominant win on this show. I
Hmm.
distinctly remember him fucking annihilating Scott Hall and winning, hitting with a taser, and the show ends with Goldberg's coming for revenge. That's not how this show ends at all.
Not one bit.
I couldn't believe it when we got to the end. I couldn't believe this. First of all, this match sucks. This match is horrible. This is it's already over. You've ruined Goldberg. You've ruined. It's not so much that Nash beat him; it's the follow up. And this match was horrible. It's over. It's over. You killed the golden goose, and Goldberg gets the stun gun eventually. I don't know why Goldberg's in a ladder match. You tell me this guy can't work. You put him in a fucking ladder match. This is before everyone was in ladder matches, too, by the way. Goldberg's
Hmm.
match before The Undertaker, before oh no, Triple H already won. Before The Undertaker, before the Hardy Boys, before Edge and Christian, before the Dudleys. Goldberg's in a
Yeah.
fucking all these people who kind of showed you. I kind of feel like most of the industry didn't know how to work a ladder match until Edge and Christian and the Hardys do their match, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like if you put Goldberg in this match in 2003, it's still not going to be good, but it's going to be better. But half of these people still have no like concept of how to work a ladder match, which works in Triple H and Rock's favor, doesn't work in these two guys' favor. It's just like, why would you put? You just told me this guy can't work. Why would you put him? We want to protect him. We want to protect him. That's what they kept saying. Why the fuck you didn't
Hmm.
protect him? You wanted to fucking ruin his career because you were angry he got over when you thought the fucking you wanted 5 years of Sting versus Hogan. That's what you wanted. You didn't want this guy to come out of nowhere. Um, match sucks. And then, but Goldberg wins. Then Bam Bam comes out, starts beating up Goldberg, but then Hall comes backs up, and the show ends with Hall beating up Goldberg and Bam Bam Bigelow. So
Yeah.
Goldberg
It just cuts off.
just cuts off. I'm just like, maybe the one that aired live was a longer feed, and Goldberg came back and speared Hall and Bam Bam. That's what I remember. I remember Goldberg winning and kicking ass, which that's the only way this match should have ended. What the fuck is this? Your thoughts?
I don't know. It's like I was just like I don't know, just like the way it ended, I was like, I don't know. Cause then like he tased them and then Bam Bam Bigelow comes in. They don't really announce a winner. I thought he got disqualified for a second. I was like, are you kidding me? But doesn't do anything for Goldberg, doesn't do anything for Bam Bam Bigelow. NWO, who was just out there helping beat up Ric Flair, not helping Scott Hall. Why not take out them again? I don't know. They went to Denny's or something. I don't know what happened, but it's WCW problems are always going to be WCW problems. You have a couple good matches, you have some stories that people are invested in, and then your main event just shits the bed in a spectacular fashion. This is another one that shits the bed in a spectacular fashion.
Yeah, it's just it's just what are you doing? I mean, it's already over. I go, what are you doing? Like we can call them up and they, oh yeah, all right, we'll fix it.
I mean,
Uh,
Eric Bush, you can ask him, I guess.
oh, he would just make up an excuse. It's like
Hmm.
it's look, he's out of it. He just doesn't care. I'm talking about in 1999, and he definitely doesn't care today.
Hmm.
Nash and Hall and Hogan were going out of their way since December to make Goldberg look bad because they didn't want Gold. They would rather. This is the thing, and I've said this before. These guys would rather the company go down in flames than Goldberg become like the next Hulk Hogan. They don't want that.
Yeah.
And I almost feel the same thing is true of like Obafemi and a lot of these other guys is that a lot of these guys do not want another Hulk Hogan. And I'll tell you why they don't want another Hulk Hogan. Because Hulk Hogan had leverage. And when Hulk Hogan did something cataclysmic, which is turn heel in WCW and almost drove WWE out of business. That was the power that he had. They don't want
Yeah.
anyone, they want everyone to be on equal footing, and then they want to become the booker so they can, they don't want anyone. Because I really do. There's no one that could jump to AEW, even Roman Reigns. I firmly believe this. No one would matter if they jumped to AEW. No one, because they've managed to un-Hulk Hogan everyone. If that makes any sense. And it starts here with Goldberg. They don't want an Austin. They don't want. They would just rather. You know what? I'm going to collect my money, and the company's going to go down into the toilet. I don't want Goldberg to get over. I'm 100% convinced. They were livid, and I'm talking more Nash, Hall, and Hogan because Nash is the book right now. They were livid. This guy got over without even trying. They were fucking livid.
I mean, it's possible. I know that WWE does that now. They want you to like WWE as a whole. So there's no more Rocks, there's no more Austins, there's no more
Yeah, they un-Hulk Hogan everybody.
Hogans.
One,
Yeah. There's yeah. It's just if Seth Rollins goes down, you have I think they said like a couple weeks ago or a couple of months ago, either Cody Rhodes or somebody said it. If Seth Rollins goes down, you have Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns goes down, you have CM Punk. Like so they have everybody in this like one level that collectively everybody sells tickets and there's no one big star. There are big stars, but there's no one big star.
that's why it's like, and all, yeah. But it's like, yeah, if Roman Reigns goes to AEW, there might be interest in him versus Mox, even him versus Osprey. But I mean, even if Tony changes his whole booking philosophy and makes the show about Roman Reigns, which I think the fans would hate, uh, it's not going to
Fans would
matter.
not want him there.
I know, but like, you gotta if he quits, you gotta sign him. I mean, you just have
Oh,
to
of
sign him.
course.
I don't care what anyone on the internet says. You have to sign Roman Reigns. If he got free, if he was available tonight, he's at the paper. He's at the. There's no question. You have to sign this fucking guy.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna ultimately make the difference that Hulk Hogan or Austin would have made going over to WCW. Switching brands around this time.
Yeah, no, you'd have to do something drastic. And in Austin's case, he was not going to make the difference in 96. He made the difference in 98. So,
But if
you never know with the right booker.
let's say Austin walks out like early '99 and goes to WCW, I think that
Oh, no, yeah.
there's a major shift, and the 2000s look very,
They
very different.
they wouldn't know how to use them.
I
Or they would
mean,
just try and copy the same things. It just would not be as cool.
I do think that Hogan, Hall, and Nash would be smart enough to let him stunner the NWO for like at least 3 months. Eventually, Hogan would beat him, but that would be a year. I feel like that would be like
Yeah.
January of 2000.
Yeah. Starcade
But
99, license slow, brother.
but I think Austin would get a couple of stunners in on Hogan throughout early '99. But yeah, but I mean, even if they booked Austin Harbley, I think it would cause a seismic shift in the battle. Even if they put him out there and had him lose to Alex Wright in his first appearance, I still think that there would have been like a whoa, a major
No,
shakeup.
no, obviously people were like, holy shit. And The Rock would have been stepped up, hot shotted, and they would have hot shotted some other things.
Yeah, but like, I mean, the whole reason I think there was two things that made WCW beat WWF in '96 was the Hogan heel turn and Hogan saying shit that they didn't think he was ever going to say. And on that same card was these great Puriso Lucha Libre matches. So you got the best of both worlds. And I think that was important. You had a little healthy mix of styles. And I think that was the key to all of this. And, but again, like even if Roman Reigns, what could Roman Reigns do that Hogan did that'd be so shocking? Go out and be like fuck the Ula Fala. I don't know. Like I don't know what Roman could say on Dynamite that would like be like everyone has to watch this show. Like Hogan, like it was like 12 years of build up to him like basically addressing old people's concerns.
Yeah, it's a different time, and I think so many things have been done already. It's hard to make something new, especially in the world of wrestling. I think John Cena was the perfect opportunity when he turned heel a year ago, and they had you wait 3 weeks to hear from him, which asinine. and then uh and then it was just generic promo garbage. It already when John Cena turned, everyone was comparing it to Hulk Hogan. As when Hulk Hogan can turn, people weren't like, "Oh, this is my Larry Sabisco, Bruno Sammartino." They weren't doing that. But with John Cena, they were already compared to Hogan. They wanted him to have the new music. They wanted him to have like the new look. They were. I don't think people allowed themselves to buy into it, which I guess is for the best because it was not good. But I think, yeah, we're so many things have been done and the wheel's been reinvented so many times. You'd really have to do something crazy to get them differentiated from like somebody else. Like he would have to like whistle blow on TKO. 'Cause that's what the fans would want to hear.
Yeah. So, all right. Overall, there's some good matches, but one of them's with a child murderer. So most of the matches suck. So I say skip the show. What do you say?
I say the same thing. Again, you do not need to see Chris Benoit versus Mike Enos.
Yeah, no, you don't. All right, let's go over the next 4 weeks because a lot of stuff's going to go down. Next week, it's Royal Rumble '99, one of the most infamous Royal Rumbles of all time. Mankind versus Rock, I Quit match. In 2 weeks, it's St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which I think should have been a yearly event. I love that name. The main event of that is Vince
NXT
McMahon.
brings it back.
Yeah, they do Vengeance Day though. Vince McMahon versus Steve Austin. In 3 weeks, it's Super Bowl IX, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair. And then in 4 weeks, it's uncensored '99, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair in a barbed wire first blood steel cage match.
Oh God. Okay. This is gonna this is getting harder and harder. All right.
What, WCW?
Yeah, the podcast. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Royal Rumble. I don't remember. I remember not liking it. I remember thinking it was stupid that Stone Cold was out of most of it. Getting attacked in the back. Let's do it. Screw
I,
it.
I'm excited for both WWF shows. Uh, this is going to sound insane, but Hogan and Flair have the best match by far in both shows, from what I remember. Like by far. Like it's not even like
That
yeah,
is insane.
what?
That is insane.
It's not even like Hogan and Flair kind of had the best match. It's like oh no, this was so much, and they still aren't that good. This is so much better than the rest of the show. So just that. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong because I thought Goldberg beat the shit out of fucking Scott Hall, and that didn't happen. So maybe
Or maybe it's on the extra long version, like you said. I did
yeah.
like he did toss the taser up in the air and then speared him. That was cool.
Goldberg, listen, Goldberg still had some vibes, except they're doing whatever they can to ruin his vibes. So,
Yeah.
you know? All right, Kyle,
Hmm.
what do you plug?
Character select comedy. July. What's today? July 18th, 6 o'clock. Do not get afraid of the smog and the weird weather, the dirty rain, whatever it is. It's gonna be fine. Wear a mask. Come out to the show. We have such a good lineup. I don't want these people to not be seen. You're gonna regret not seeing them. We have another one August 8th, 6 o'clock. Also on August 8th, I'll be at Eastville for Brotaku in the beginning of the day. Just kind of being their MC as they're playing Mario Party at night, but we're playing during the day, just different types of video games, just hanging out. Comedians playing video games and roasting, and it's a good vibe. So if you like games and you like comedians, come hang out with us. And I don't know when, but Anime NYC weekend is our anime comedy show. We're waiting for that date, but it will be Anime NYC weekend. So if you're a fan of anime, come hang out. It'll be announced. But just get ready.
Yeah, get ready. All right, as for me, subscribe to the podcast, follow us, like us. I'm just all today's my dog show, but it's too late to promote that. I started to post again on my old Patreon because I Patreon like it's like, hey, you haven't. I didn't update because I didn't get any views off that fucking Patreon. But I'm gonna post
I'm
more.
sorry.
We get no money there, but I think Patreon like, you gotta fucking update the page. So I'm gonna post the link there. So it's a free Patreon. I'm not trying to make money off this podcast. I know that's kind of stupid. We should probably make money, but I do this for the love of Mike Enos matches. So
I mean, why wouldn't you? I fucking hate WWE. I don't. I just it's no, they announced the 2K like season 4 pass, and it's all the people from like the game, the My Faction people that they took out the game to put it in the game. Like it's so annoying, man. It's like I was talking to my brother about this, and we got to get out of here. I don't think we have time for this. But every company has become so. What happened?
No, no, no. Give me a
Oh
story about
yeah,
the.
every company has become so anti-consumer. Like it just feels like they're just like fuck you, we hate you. Everything they do feels like it's to spite you. And if you stop enjoying those things, they'll build new fans and they don't give a shit. Like it's always been there. It's always been about money, but it's been so blatant in the past couple of years. Like it's so hard to enjoy anything. Like especially when
Well,
it comes to WWE.
young kids are just accepting it because they just think that's how the world works.
Yeah.
They
People are
just
fighting Sony right now. I think people are they're fighting you if you buy digital. Digital's like crossing a picket line if you buy any digital game, which I'm okay. And Sony as well, so with Crunchyroll, their anime service, if you're not signed up for their $14 tier, you can't shop at the store to buy physical anime DVDs anymore. And like it's just so combative and unnecessary.
yeah.
It just pisses me off.
That's
It's so stupid. Like,
all right. That's the podcast. We'll see you next week for
yep.
the Rumble. It's Rumble time again, baby. We'll see
Oh,
you then.
can't wait.